हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाये नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यंकरवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We shall begin with the Shanti mantra. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. We shall chant from mantra number 7 from the first section. यथोन्ननाभि सृजते गृह्णते च यथा पृथिव्याम् औषधयः सम्भवन्ति यथा सतः पुरुषात् केशलोमानि तथाक्षरात् सम्भवतीह विश्वम् तपसा चीयते ब्रह्म ततोऽन्नम् अभिजायते अन्नात् प्राणो मनः सत्यं लोकाः कर्मसु चामृतम् यः सर्वज्ञ सर्ववित् यस्य ज्ञानमयं तपः तस्मादेतद् ब्रह्म नाम रूपमन्नं च जायते तदेतत् सत्यं मन्त्रेषु कर्माणि कवयो यानि अपश्यन् तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा सन्ततानि तानि आचरथ नियतं सत्यकामा एषव पन्थाः सुकृतस्य लोके. We have seen the first section of this Upanishad. The disciple asked the question to the teacher, what is that one thing knowing which everything becomes known? The teacher replies that there are two types of knowledge, the higher and the lower knowledge. The lower knowledge are all that is said in the Vedas about the dharma, about karma phala, etc. And even the theoretical understanding of Brahma is also lower knowledge. And higher knowledge is to gain direct realization of that Brahma. From that Brahma alone, the entire creation has come into existence. It remains in Brahma and merges back into Brahma. Just as the web comes from the spider, like the trees come from the earth, and like the hairs grow on a living person, similarly this whole world has emerged from that Brahma, who is Sarvajna Sarvavita, who is Adrishyam Agrahyam, cannot be seen, cannot be grasped, but who is present, who is existing. So after giving this beautiful brief introduction, now the Shruti goes into detail. First it takes up the topic of the Paravidya. Paravidya is about karma, about dharma, but it keeps a person bound into this samsara only. Following that apara vidya, one gains punya, one purifies one's antakarana, but still remains in samsara. Only when we gain that Paravidya, the knowledge, direct experience of that Brahma, we gain moksha. So the topic of samsara and of moksha is indicated here in the second section, that how the karmas are very, they are precise and they are true, but they have their own limitations, and only when we understand the limitations of karma and the karma phala, we will gain vairagya from them, and when we gain vairagya, we become fit to gain the higher knowledge. So in this first mantra of this second section, the Rishi tells that Tadetat Satyam, that this Dharma, this Paravidya is Satyam, it is true, it is not false. The world which we experience is true, is real. And all the laws which are governing this world are also equally real. They are true. They are what you call, they follow the precise rules and regulations. Just as I had given example that whatever we write, one has to follow the rules of grammar. Then only our writing will become proper. Similarly, but if we want to know the truth about that material, then we have to understand it as ink. So in ink there are no writings, there are no poems, there are no prose. Ink is beyond all rules, beyond all regulations. Similarly, in that Brahma, there are no laws, there are no rules. It is beyond dharma. There are no names, there are no forms in that Brahma. But in the expression of this Brahma as this world, there are rules, there are laws. And those laws are called the laws of karma. And these laws of karma alone are called dharma. And these dharma are eternal, therefore they are called Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal. They are always there. And they are revealed only in the Vedas and any other text which is in tune with the Vedas. So here the Upanishad says ki tadetat satyam, this is true. So let us read the commentary written by Adi Shankaracharya ji on this mantra. So he says ki tadetat satyam avitatam, that whatever is said in this Paravidya is true, is satyam, is not false. And what is it? Kim tat mantreshu rigvedadi akhyeshu karmani agnihotradini mantraihi eva prakashitani. That all that is said in the Vedas, the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, the various karmas which are given there, like Agnihotra karma, which is performed regularly. And this, whatever is given in the Vedas, are seen by the wise, intelligent rishis. They have understood the truth behind this karma. So, Kavayo Medhavinaha Vashishtadayaha, like Vashishta Rishi, etc., Yani apashyan drishtavantaha. They have seen the truth about this. See, just as in the field of science also, they keep talking about so many things which are so very amazing and sometimes very difficult to believe also, because we have ourselves not experienced. But there are those scientists who have experimented and have experienced the truth behind those experiments. Similarly, what is said in the Vedas may appear very fantastic and very, very difficult to comprehend, but they are true and they have been confirmed by the great Rishi Munis. So, yattad etad satyam ekanta purushartha sadhanatvat. Also, the karmas given there is good to gain our purushartha. Through these karmas mentioned in the Vedas only, we can fulfill all our purushartha. See, purushartha are our desires. We have desire to protect ourselves, our body, by acquiring wealth and other material things in this world. Then we have desire to gain pleasures. Then we have desire to follow the path of dharma so that our future also becomes better, means future life. And then we have desire for moksha also. So these are the four purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These purusharthas we can fulfill by following sincerely the path shown in the Vedas. See, in the world also, if we want to achieve something, we have to perform karma. Then only we can achieve it. And there are different types of karma, different types of actions which we do in order to fulfill our desires in this world. Sometimes we have to put forth physical effort. Sometimes we have to use our speech. Sometimes we have to use our mind, our intellect. Sometimes we have to use wealth and our contacts. Sometimes we have to use the help of other people around to fulfill our desires. So this we understand. But whatever worldly karma we perform, we can see the result in the world. But this is not the only life which we have. That even after we drop this physical body, we continue to exist. We don't die. We continue to exist. And this everyone knows and everyone believes also. All the even different religions also accept this. Though they have different ideas about what happens to a person after death. According to our Sanatan Dharma, when a person dies, that jiva continues in his journey. Sometimes he is born in other life form, or at times he goes to other lokas, depending on his karma. Therefore, we pray for his sadgati, for his good gati, good future, good yatra. That is called sadgati. But there are some modern religions who believe that this is the only lifetime we have, and after that the person remains at one place for a long time, resting. Therefore, when a person dies in their faith, they generally say that rest in peace, R.I.P. and all. Because they rest, they believe they rest, and then a time comes for judgment when those jivas are judged, and according to their karma, they are either sent to eternal heaven or eternal hell. That is their belief. But that is not what is said in the Vedas. The Vedas talk about karma, karma phala, and also talks about punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, that we are born again and again to fulfill our karmas. At times we go into different worlds, but again we are born. So these are the laws which govern the karma. So we understand the karma and karma phala, worldly karma, but the karma mentioned in the Vedas are beyond this world, beyond our senses, beyond our understanding also. Therefore, we have to accept whatever is said with faith and do those karmas. The Vedas will tell you that you do this yajna, you will acquire punya, and you will go to heaven. Now, we may understand the existence of heaven, but we cannot experience it here. And we may not even understand the logic behind this karma and the result. But with faith, when we perform those karmas, we will definitely get the result. So, those who want to fulfill their purushartha of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, not only worldly desires, but also they are thinking about their future, because this is a long yatra, so we should also take care of our future birth. So such people should follow sincerely the path shown in the Vedas and perform those karmas. So tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yani apashyan. So these great Rishi Munis, they have seen the validity of these karmas. And they fulfill our desires, they fulfill our purushartha. So they are satyam, they are true, they are real. And tani cha veda vihitani rishi drishtani karmani tretayam trayi sanyoga lakshanayam. And these karmas which are seen by the rishis, they are mentioned, they are revealed in the Vedas, in the three types of expressions in the Vedas. In the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, the three types of expressions are indicated here with the name. Tani cha Veda Vihitani Rishi Drishtani Karmani Tretayam Trayi Sanyoga Lakshanayam Hautra Adhvaryava Audgatra Prakarayam Adhikarana Bhutayam Bahuda Bahu Prakaram Santatani. So in the Rig Vedas, these karmas are called Hautra. In the Yajur Veda, they are called Adhvaryava. And in Sama Veda, they are called Audgatra. They are just technical names. So these karmas which are mentioned in the Vedas, which have these different names, they are very true and very real and very much valid, which has to be sincerely performed. See, there are those people who have the authority and they directly perform the Vedic karmas, but those who directly cannot do the Vedic karmas, those who are not allowed by the Vedas to perform those karmas, the Vedas themselves give them alternative in the other expressions of the Vedas, like the Puranas and the Smriti Granthas. So everyone, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriya, Stri, Purush, Bala, Vriddha, everyone can perform karma according to their own adhikar. And they will all benefit from these karmas. Some can perform the pure Vedic karma, some can perform the Pauranic karma, the Smriti karma, etc. But all of them are valid, all of them are real. So that is what is meant here by Tretayam Bahuda Santatami. Tretayam, another meaning of this term Treta is also given here by Shankaracharya ji. He says that Tretayam va yuge prayashah pravruttani. That in the Treta Yuga, see at present we are in Kali Yuga. Before this Kali Yuga, there was this Dwapar Yuga. Before that was Treta Yuga, and before that was Satya Yuga. This, just like we in a day also, we see the different expressions of the day. Like the morning, it is different, afternoon, it is different, evening, it is different, night, it is different. And this is cyclic, it goes on and on like that. So morning time, a person is in a different mood, afternoon is a different mood, evening it is different, night it is different. So the time of the day also affects our mood, affect our mind. Therefore the Shastras, they say that, if you get up early and meditate, that will be nice. And in the daytime you can work. In the evening also you can do some satsang, you meditate, you do puja, you can do bhajan kirtan. And night you take rest, go to sleep. So the time of the day also influences our mind. And if we perform those karmas according to the time of the day, then it becomes more effective. So just as we have different time during the day, similarly there are different time in a long passage of, in many, many years. Means there are yugas which influence the entire generation who are born in that yuga. So depending on the movement of the sun in our galaxy, there are these yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. And those are also cyclic. So after Kali Yuga, again the Satya Yuga comes, then Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, then again the Satya Yuga comes. So it is cyclic. And in Satya Yuga, normally the general population, all people are more sattvic. Therefore, they are more inclined towards higher sadhanas which are mentioned in the Shastras like meditation, dhyana. See, we can do dhyana as guided in our Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita only when we gain proper knowledge. Then only dhyan becomes fruitful. Without that self-knowledge, or even without the knowledge of the Shastras, we cannot do proper dhyana. So in Satya Yuga, most of the people are very knowledgeable, wise, having good qualities. Their antakarana are more pure. So they are inclined more toward dhyana. But as the Satya Yuga progresses and gets converted into Treta Yuga, when the Treta Yuga comes, people start becoming more restless, more distracted. So they may not be able to do that dhyana effectively, but then they are qualified to do the various yajnas which are mentioned in the Vedas. So most of these karmas which are mentioned in the Vedas, those people in Treta Yuga, they are very much fit to perform those yajnas. Therefore we find in the Ramayana also, Ram avatar which had taken place in Treta Yuga, Ramchandraji goes to protect the yajnas being performed by Vishwamitra Rishi and other rishis. So yajnas are mentioned in the Vedas which are very sublime, these karmas. Also there are certain other rituals mentioned which are very, very sublime and needs special qualification to perform. So people in Treta Yuga were qualified to do that. Then as we came into Dwapar Yuga, people became more distracted, more impure, and even the subtle yajnas were not very easily doable by many. So they were more in tune with the other upasanas and other archanas and pujas, etc. Pratika upasana. So instead of meditating and worshipping that Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, etc., people were more in tune with worshipping something which they can see directly, like Murti Puja. Like when Bhagwan Krishna was born, it was in Dwapar Yuga. So Bhagavan Krishna taught people to do that Govardhan Puja also. He said Govardhan Parvat is there right in front of you. That Govardhan Parvat protects you, takes care of your cows. So you can do the puja of Govardhan, considering Govardhan as Bhagwan, worship. So this worship became more convenient in Dwapar Yuga. But as we approach this is Kali Yuga, our mind has become more impure, more restless, and only rare few become qualified to do dhyana. Then even less can be what you call few are qualified to do yajna. Even this puja archana are difficult for many because of our restlessness of our mind, impurity of the mind. But does it mean that we cannot do any sadhana in Kali Yuga? No, in Kali Yuga also we can do sadhana. And the most effective and easily done sadhana in Kali Yuga is Bhagwan Naam Smaran. Kali Keval Naam Adhara. We can chant Bhagwan's name. We can remember him by his name, Nama Smaranam. Nahi Kali Karamana Bhagati Viveko, Rama Nama Avalambana Eko. Other sadhanas are also effective in Kali Yuga, but if we are not qualified for any other sadhana, even if we are the worst person with lot of impurities, we can follow the path of Bhagwan Nama Smaran. We can chant Bhagwan's name, Ram, Ram, Ram. See, even Valmiki ji, who had become so bad, he could become pure by just chanting Bhagwan's name. And all saints and sages of Kali Yuga, they tell this sadhana to everyone. Hari Mukhe Mana, Punyachi Ganana Kon Kari. Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he says that just chant Hari, Bhagwan's name, and you will acquire so much punya that nobody will be able to even count the punya which you will acquire. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. That doesn't mean that this Namasmaran one cannot do in Satya Yuga or in Treta Yuga. It is effective in all the yugas. But in Satya Yuga, people are so pure, they can just meditate and gain that enlightenment. In Treta Yuga, they can do the Yajna Yaga, purify their mind, then meditate and gain enlightenment. In Dwapar Yuga, they can do Puja, Archana, gain that knowledge, meditate, realize. In Treta Yuga, we can chant Bhagwan's name, gain the blessings and kripa of Bhagwan. By his blessings, we can gain that knowledge. Dadami buddhi yogam tam, as Bhagwan says in Gita, that those who worship me and constantly remember me, I take care of them, I give them the knowledge. So here, what is generally followed in Treta Yuga, so many karmas and yajnas, all of them are true. So yani apashan tretayam bahuda santatani, which are more spread out in Treta Yuga, but they are there. These karmas can be performed in the Kali Yuga also, which are mentioned in the Vedas. So they are true, and only when we perform those karmas we will get the desired result. Therefore, it is said ki ato yuyam tani acharatha nirvatayata niyatam nityam satyakama yata bhuta karma falakamaha santaha. Therefore, the scripture says that you who are qualified to do this karma should perform this karma and gain your desired result. So, Vedas, the Puranas, the Smriti Granthas have given the karmas for all people. You need not, those who are not qualified, they need not do complicated yajnas and yagas and homa. One can even do simple puja. Like Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi Ji says that pujanam japas chintanam kramat. Kaya vangmana karyam uttamam pujanam japas chintanam kramat. The uttam karya, the best karma which one can perform in Kali Yuga to get tuned to Ishvara are puja, japa and chintan. See, performing any karma coming to our mind through our fancy will not help us to tune ourselves with Ishvara. In Kali Yuga, the whole thing has become so complicated. People don't understand the Vedas and they do whatever comes to their mind. And so many things are organized by the world. Organized religion, organized spirituality, organized things are there. Even if you have to give some dana, the real beauty of dana is to give directly to the person who is in need. But in Kali Yuga, we give dana to some organization. We write a check and we get a ATG concession also, tax reduction or something. And all these things. Then that money, then some organization decides how to give it and all those things. Very complex. If a person is hungry, if you see, then you just directly feed that person. If somebody needs money, you give that person directly. You will feel much better. Suppose a tree is there which needs water, you pour that water, the tree will bless you. Similarly, the karmas which are mentioned in the Shastras are meant to get in tune with Ishvara, not in tune with some organization or some boss or something. Dedicated to a boss, dedicated to an organization, that is not called karma. Karma should be dedicated to Ishvara. Don't make the organization as Ishvara. Don't make the worldly things as Ishvara. Ishvara is Ishvara. Don't reduce him to a very gross level. So puja, as Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says, कि जगत ईशधि युक्त सेवनम अष्टमूर्ति भृत देव पूजनम. You look at this whole world as Ishvara and serve this world. That is the puja. Chant the name of Ishvara. That is japa. And do chintan on the swarup of Ishvara. That is chintanam. These are the sublime karma which tunes us to Ishvara. So, ato yoyam tani acharatha nirvartayata niyatam nityam satyakama yatha bhuta karma phala kama santaha. So, those who desire this karma phala, those who desire dharma artha kama moksha, they should with faith follow the guidance of the Vedas. One may not understand the Veda directly, so take help of those who are the knowers of the Vedas and knowers of other granthas like Puranas, Itihas, Dharma granthas, and just follow their guidance. So Sukrutasya Swayam Eshavo Yushmakam Pantaha Margaha Sukrutasya Swayam Nirvartitasya Karmanaha Loke Phalanimittam Lokyate. So the karmas which we ourselves do, The karma which we have done, we will get the result. The result of these karmas are called loka here. Sukritasya loke. Loke means phala nimittam lokyate drishyate bhujyate iti karma phalam loka uchyate. So that which we see, we enjoy, we experience, that is called loka. So our karma phala is called loka. So when we perform karma and we die, we go to a loka, it is said. So loka is a field where we experience the result of our karma. So we go to Swargalok or we go to other lokas where we experience the results of so the results of karma are also called loka. So tadartham tat praptaya esha marga ityartha. So to attain those lokas, to attain the karma phalas, this is the path shown in the Vedas. Yani etani agnihotradini taryam vihitani karmani tani esha pantha avashya phala prapti sadhanam ityartha. So in all the three Vedas, in the Karma Kanda, whatever the karmas are mentioned, like the Agnihotra karma, which has to be performed daily, regularly by those who are qualified to perform them, these karmas will give us the desired result. See, for karma, there are qualifications. Everyone cannot do everything. See, when we board a flight also, there are those people who are managing that flight. There are those pilots are there whose job is to fly the plane, the captain. Then there are those air hostesses are there who are also trained to take care of the passengers, take care of the flight. So they are there welcoming all the passengers when they board the flight, make them sit, then talk about the various safety instructions, how to put the seat belt and all, and what will happen if the oxygen level goes down and all the safety instruction. They are responsible to again shut the door and also open it when one lands. Also in between they make announcement. So they have their job. Suppose I say, no, I will do your job. I will go and open the door. I will make the announcement. If I am just a passenger, I am not allowed. Though I may know what announcement they make, I can read it. But I am not allowed to make the announcement. They are trained. Similarly, those who are Brahmanas, who have done the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, who have done the Upanayanam ceremony, they are fit to perform the Vedic rituals. Because they are responsible not only to perform those rituals, they are responsible to take care of the Vedas. So Vedas also remain protected. And those who are directly not qualified to perform the Vedic ritual, they are qualified to perform other. We can do puja, archana. If we cannot chant the mantras given in the Vedas, then we can chant the mantras which are given in the Puranas. So Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram we can chant. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. So like that one should with proper guidance follow the karmas and we will get the desired result. Yani etani agnihotradini trayam vihitani karmani tani esha pantha avashya phala prapti sadhanam ityartha. So through this we definitely get the result. Okay? So after giving this brief idea about this karma and its importance, now in the following mantra, the Rishi talks about one karma which is very main karma, which is indicated in the Vedas, that is called the Agnihotra karma. So all those who are qualified by the Vedas to perform this karma, they should perform this Agnihotra karma. So let us chant the next mantra. Yada lelayate hyarchihi samiddhe havyavahane tad ajya bhagavantarena ahuti pratipadayet. Again. Yada lelayate hyarchihi samiddhe havyavahane tad ajya bhagavantarena ahuti pratipadayet. Shankaracharya writes कि तत्र अग्निहोत्रम एव तावत् प्रथमं प्रदर्शनार्थम उच्यते सर्वकर्माणां प्राथम्यात्. Lots of karmas are there in the Vedas, but one of the most beautiful and which is pradhana, main karma which is mentioned in the Vedas, which one has to perform regularly, daily, without fail. Those who are qualified. Those who are qualified, they have to perform this karma daily. That karma is called Agnihotra, in which one invokes in a homa kunda, one invokes the fire, and then when the fire is properly kindled, one offer the ahuti. So yada lelayate yarchihi, when that fire gets kindled, samiddhe havya vahane, properly the whole fire is ignited and it start burning. So those who do regularly this karma, they know how to ignite that fire also, how to place the wood and other samidha, and how to ignite the fire so that it burns properly. It should be done in a proper ventilated place. And when it is kindled properly, then the fire burns nicely. Otherwise only the smoke comes. So when the fire gets kindled, then tad ajya bhagav antarena ahuti pratipadaye. Then on that fire one has to chant the mantras and offer the ahutis. That is the Agnihotra karma. So Homakunda is there. You kindle that fire. How the fire should be kindled? Actually, the fire which is always kept burning in the home of those who perform this karma regularly, from there only you take the fire and kindle this fire. And when it is burning very nicely, one chant the mantras and offer the ahutis right on the fire properly. So this fire, they rise like the tongue, and you offer the ahutis. And when these mantras and ahutis are offered, then it reaches the devata to whom it is offered. See, just like in our mobile also, we just type the address, the email ID, and then we write the mail and we just send it. It reaches that person. Or we send our WhatsApp messages. There are people who early in the morning, instead of doing meditation and dhyana of Bhagwan, they send messages of good morning and all, which should not be done. Anyway, so this message is when you send it on a particular number, it reaches that person magically. You send a message and at the same time it comes and I can read. Similarly, this yajna which is mentioned in the Vedas, they are magical. When you chant the mantras properly and at the proper time with proper samidha, the offering, when you offer it, it reaches that devata. Devatas we cannot see, they are very subtle. But when it is offered, it reaches. And this Agnihotra karma is offering done to Prajapati. Prajapati, Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is also called Prajapati, who is responsible for all the activities happening in the waking state. All the beings in the entire cosmos, whatever actions they are performing, that is managed by Vaishvanara. He is the boss of the waking world. He handles our body and all the physical activities. Even what we eat is guided by Vaishvanara, and the digestion also is done by Vaishvanara only. Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha pranapan samayuktaha pachami annam chaturvidham. Bhagavan says, I myself am Vaishvanara, spread out everywhere. I am there in your body also, and I am the one who digests your food. You eat all sorts of funny food, and I have to digest all this food. So this Agnihotra karma, there are mantra is done in the morning at sunrise and in the evening at sunset, every day. Daily karma. Therefore it is done by the man, because for women few days are given are like holidays. 5-day vacation, monthly vacation, which are compulsorily, one should drop all karmas and just relax. Should not do anything that others do. But the men, they have to do this karma every day. There is no escape. See, like we do a ritual every day in the modern times. Every day people very, very sincerely, with lot of devotion, they do this ritual. What ritual they do? You must be doing, all of you. What ritual we do? We charge our mobile every day without fail. If we don't charge, then we will not be able to use it. We cannot say, oh, मैंने किया है charge, अभी रोज क्या करना है. Similarly, every day we should do this Agnihotra karma. We cannot say that, oh, one day we will do and then forget. No, every day. So it's very interesting actually. This Prajapati, Vaishvanara, is the one who is actually managing all the activities in this vast cosmos. So morning, evening we have to remember. When we wake up, we remember. Those who are not qualified to do this yajna, they have to just remember. Get up, when you get up in the morning, remember that all that I will do in the daytime, all the activities really are done by Vaishvanara. I am just an instrument in his hand. He is the one who is really making everything happen. My breathing happens, I walk, I talk, I speak, all because of the grace of Vaishvanara. And in the evening before going to sleep, again you remember Vaishvanara and go to sleep. This is the simple ritual which is mentioned. कि भगवान को याद करो at least 2 times. Morning, as soon as you wake up, you remember Ishvara, and when you go to, before going to sleep, you remember. So those mantras are there at sunrise when one does the Agnihotra karma. Then this mantra is there. When the sun is rising, one can chant this mantra and do the ahuti. Ki Suryaya Swaha A Suryaya Idan Namama Prajapataye Swaha A Prajapataye Idan Namama. In the morning. And in the evening, the mantra is Agnaye Swaha A Agnaya Idan Namama Prajapataye Swaha A Prajapataye Idan Namama. And by chanting this, we offer the ahutis. And done. And those who are not qualified, they can just morning meditate on Vaishvanara, do namaskar to him, and take his blessing before you begin your day. And when you, before going to sleep, again do namaskar to Vaishvanara, thank him for all that was done during the day, and go to sleep. See, our physical body and the physical actions and all the actions which are happening in the daytime, in the waking, is controlled by Vaishvanara. But our mind, intellect and our Sukshma Sharir, Antakarana, is controlled by Hiranyagarbha. And our sleep, deep sleep, is controlled by Ishvara. So here the scripture is talking about this Agnihotra karma. Shankaracharya ji writes in the commentary कि यदा एव इंदनैः अभ्याहितैः सम्यक् इद्धे समिद्धे हव्यवाहने लीलायते चलति अर्चिः तदा तस्मिन् काले लीलायमाने चलति अर्चिष्य आज्यभागयोः अंतरेण मध्य आवापस्थान आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत्. That when the fire is kindled and the fire is burning, at that time one should offer the ahuti in that fire. In the middle of that fire, one should offer that ahuti. This is done in the morning as well as evening. Ahuti pratipadayet, prakshipet, devatam uddishya. It should be offered remembering that devata, Vaishvanara, that we are offering it to Vaishvanara. Just like we do puja, same thing actually. In puja we invoke the presence of that devata in that murti, and we offer the all the seva, like we offer flowers. So we are offering to that devata, not to that rock, not to the stone with which that murti is made, but to that devata. If you are doing Ganesha puja, you are offering it to Ganesh Bhagwan. Similarly, when you are offering that ahuti in that fire, you are offering it to Vaishvanara, and he will receive it. He will receive. See, in the good old days, we used to write letters and then put that letter in that letter box used to be there, no? Nowadays, I don't know whether they are there. The red box with a black topi, and then you put that letter In my childhood also I used to wonder how this letter reaches the destination. You just put it in that box, then what happens to the letter? And one day I saw that postman removing all those letters, putting it in his bag. Then I visited the post office. I saw them stamping those letters and then sorting them and then sending them into different destinations according to the pin code. Such a marvelous task. Then it will get received, and the postman who goes in that area will be distributing that letters. So once it is properly named and addressed and all, then it reaches the destination. Similarly, when you remember Vaishvanara and give the ahuti, Vaishvanara will receive. Vaishvanara who is present everywhere. He will just get the, Ori, Sharma ji ne ahuti bheji hai mere liye. He will be very happy. He will bless you. And here the ahutis are mentioned in plural. Plural number. Aneka aha prayoga apekshaya ahutihi iti bahuvachanam. Because this yajna, this Agnihotra karma has to be done throughout one's life. One should keep on doing. See, through this Agnihotra karma, Nishkam karma, offering to Vaishvan without expectation of anything. Those who do this Nitya karma, should not expect anything. It is just a Nitya karma is just as a duty. No results are mentioned in the Vedas. It is just done out of your love for Ishvara. So they have to be just done. But the chitta becomes pure and the person becomes fit to gain self-knowledge. So all these karmas mentioned in the Vedas are not just just like that. They are very, very precise, accurate, proper, true, real. Because this world is real. It is Satyam. It is Vyavharik Satya. It is expression of that Brahma which is Satya. So don't bring this crazy idea in your head that world is mithya, that world is not there, that world is an illusion. Illusory world will not have any systematic rational laws. See, one same rope lying in the darkness, one person will see it as a snake and another person may look at it as some other thing, object. Everyone will not look at that rope as a snake. They will have different personal, subjective confusions about it. Confusions are subjective. Mithya is subjective. My confusion is not same as your confusion. But the world is same for you and for me. But my stupidity is different from your stupidity. So the world is real and the laws governing this world are also real, and they have, when we follow them, we will get the proper result. More about this we will see in our class tomorrow. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again, think, contemplate, understand, have faith. Have faith in the Vedas. Don't get carried away by modern philosophies and modern all sorts of funny ideas people have. Have faith in our Vedas and follow the path of Sanatan Dharma. Bas, that alone is true. All others are all propaganda. Okay? And we will meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Syavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.